This is Corolla Digital. Welcome to Hammer and Nails with Skip and Allison Bedell.
Hello, it's Saul Rosenberg. Yeah, hey there, Chisel Chest. Yeah.
All right there, tough. Hey, tough guy.
It's Rizzo. Frank Rizzo.
Give me that pen.
Oh, what is happening? Mr. Joseph Cumia in the house.
I am known as the Egyptian magician.
And I am Allison Bedell.
And I'm Skip Bedell. How we doing, guys?
And this is Hammer and Nails. We want to thank you so fucking much for returning.
You always manage to get the fucking right out of the gate, man.
Yeah.
Right? Wow.
Yeah.
I like a girl that's fucking right out of the gate.
She is constantly fucking.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much. We really, really appreciate you returning and listening to us. And we would also like to ask you to tell a friend. If you enjoy listening, please tell a friend. We've been getting a lot of amazing fan feedback.
Yeah, on the Hammer Nails Facebook page,
Yeah.
right? On Hammer Nails Pod on Twitter, all over the place.
And
everybody is just enjoying it, having a
Facebook-
great time,
yeah.
lots of laughs, and
Everybody's
it's cool.
been really positive and really complimentary, and we really appreciate it.
We don't want to build it up too much right now because
No, I'm just saying people have been very kind, and we appreciate them. And without the people listening, we wouldn't be able to continue doing the podcast. So we just are very appreciative. So if you are listening right now and you haven't already, please click
Are
subscribe.
you eating something
I
as
just
you're doing
ate
this?
a Quest bar. My mouth
Why
is
does it sound
watering.
like you're chewing on something?
No, my
We're
mouth is
recording
watering.
a podcast.
I keep swallowing because my mouth keeps filling up with saliva.
You ever talk to somebody on the phone, they're chewing gum on the other
No,
end?
I'm swallowing.
Or they're still eating their dinner.
I'm swallowing.
Hey, you want to call me back when
I
you're
like
done?
a girl who swallows.
Oh, me too.
I had to go there.
Yeah.
So if you haven't already, please click subscribe on the wherever you are listening to us from. And when you do, and tell your friends, tell them to click subscribe too. Why do you have to click subscribe? Because that helps us out a lot. It counts for downloads for all of our episodes, even if you don't get a chance to listen to them. Because the more downloads we get, the more listen points we get.
Right, and it's free, people. It doesn't cost you
Yeah.
anything to take your finger and just press subscribe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And even if you don't want to ever listen to us again, click subscribe anyway.
Yeah,
It,
even
it
if you
just
think
helps
we
us.
suck, just click subscribe
Yeah,
anyway.
it helps us, and it's a nice thing to do to help people, selflessly.
Yeah, so we had a pretty...
No.
What?
No, I'm not done yet, baby.
Oh.
Yeah, No, I'm not there yet. We are going to be
Let me
in...
step off then.
Yeah, step off, bitch. We're going to be in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, on September 9th. We are going to be there for the National Center for the Prevention of Home Improvement Fraud, which is the NCPHIF.
Wow.
They're having an annual Protecting the People Award luncheon, and we are being honored with our work on Catch a Contractor for helping people and teaching them what to do to avoid crappy contractors and how to get a good one. So there's going to be a luncheon there, and it's September 9th in Atlanta, Georgia. And if you have, some sick time or vacation day or something, we would like you to fly to Atlanta and purchase a ticket for this because it is a fundraiser.
Yes, please use up all of your vacation time
And
to
your
come
money.
down to Atlanta
And come see us.
and make a donation for this luncheon.
No, it's like $100, really.
Yeah,
and
it's all
flights
going to a good cause, though.
It is, and you get to hang out with us, which is like the best part of it all because we're just so super fun and cool. And we'd really
I keep
like to
telling
meet
you, stop building us up, and we're not that excited.
I know. Okay, so now that I've got that in there. Oh, you can also go online. I think I put some links on my Facebook page. I think you did too, so you can click and buy a ticket for it.
Yeah.
And just buy yourself a cheap ticket down to Atlanta and come visit us. The other thing I wanted to do was give props because a lot of people do a lot of nice. I popped a piece.
You just gotta, all you
Yeah.
have to do is stand that mic up straight.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop popping my peas. Okay.
Wow, you
All
are
the way up. All the way up.
All the way up.
Straight
Oh, yeah, but then I'm not close enough. Then I got to stand closer.
That's all good.
All right, so I just want to give props to people who've helped us out a lot because there's people who do nice things for us, and we really appreciate it. Every once in a while when there's something we need or somebody offers something nice, it's very, very cool. I had talked about this sex toy last week called the Eva,
Yes.
which was from the company Dame Products. At the time that they had sent it to me, it wasn't available for purchase, but it now is, and I wanted to plug where it's available. So they're at DAME products.com or at Babeland or Good Vibes, which are both 2 websites. So today, in the email that they sent me letting me know where it was available, I clicked on Babeland to see what that was because they had the word babe in it.
Just like anything that says babe in it?
I just wanted to let you know, I actually didn't tell you while I was looking at it because you were busy doing something, but it's a really good sex toy website. It's very professional, and they have it broken down into a whole lot of cool categories, and under each category you can see different types of toys, and it tells you, you can see... If you ever saw a toy and you didn't know, what the fuck do you do with that thing?
Yeah, some things I've seen.
I know.
Where does that go?
Like when we were at the sex museum, we were like, what is that and what do you do with it? On this website, it really breaks it down into categories. I wonder if I saved it on my phone.
That's pretty scary when you look at something that's supposed to be put in your body somewhere in some orifice and you don't know what it is.
Yes. Oh, here it is. Okay, I got it on Babeland.com website. They have so many cool topics. I was very topiches, as you like to say.
Topic.
Yeah. They've got a list of vibrators, couples, sex kits, couples vibrators, strap-ons, double dildos, bondage toys, sex games, condoms and lubricant, massage oils, lingerie, 50 Shades of Grey. Men's toys, dildos, strap-ons, condoms and lubricants, sexy gift, anal toys.
Cover your ears, Joe.
Bondage, adult DVD, massage and body, bachelorette, gender expression, sex books, Come for a Cause products,
cover my lap
and
at
eco-sex
this
toys. They just had
that
so many...
That sounds like a great fundraiser. Come for a Cause.
They
I
had...
love that.
I know. They had... what I'm saying is that if you don't... if you don't know what you're doing with some of these things, or you don't know what you want, what you're looking for, this is a very good website.
All right.
Anyway, with that being said, I want to...
Get on with it, woman.
Fuck.
God damn it.
I also wanted to give a prop.
Let's get
Another
it
prop.
on.
I'm sorry. These people deserve props, just like everybody who, will do something nice. Robert Phelps, he's on my, he's a Facebook friend of mine. He made me a beautiful painting of Kilo. He does portraiture of animals and people. He does anything. This guy is ridiculously talented. I saw him on Lynette Carolla's Facebook because he had offered to paint Molly. And so I looked at his art and I told him how awesome he was. He had nice art. And then next thing you know, he's painting Kilo. And it's a beautiful painting that I love. So if you're interested in that, his name is Robert Phelps. And now we've got listener questions. One more way to acknowledge our wonderful fans that listen to the podcast and the show. Skip, are you ready to answer some questions with that fucking hurry the fuck up look on your face?
Yeah, man.
Asshole.
Give me a question.
Fuck.
Shoot.
I fucking hate that look.
That's the look of hurry the fuck up.
You know what? Fuck you, because people do something nice for us. I'm going to mention it.
I'm just kidding. I'm just saying, we have... Go ahead, go. What's the question?
All right. Somebody... What's the name of this person? Tom Waits for All Men is the name of his Twitter handle. What is the most important question to ask a bidding contractor, and what is or are the worst of answers to avoid?
Are you licensed?
Okay.
First thing you want to know when you're interviewing contractors, and by the way, you want to interview a few. You want to get multiple estimates when you're doing any work on your house, period. Any type of work, whether you're having a general, remodel done with a GC and he's going to bring in a bunch of different trades, or if you're just dealing with one particular person, say a plumber to do some plumbing fixes or electrician, whatever it might be, any person that comes in there, make sure they have a license, because if you have any problems with them at all, you're not going to have any recourse from that licensing agency to get any help, to send out inspectors and to get someone to give you a second opinion and help enforce whatever problem it is that you're having. So always make sure you have a license and get plenty of referrals. The second most important question is, do you have a list of referrals for me? I've said this 100 times, but if the guy doesn't have a long list of happy people, most likely there's a long list of unhappy people somewhere that, you could be on that list. So,
what is the worst answer to avoid if a contractor is telling you what?
The worst answer to avoid would be I do this once in a while. I'm kind of mostly doing it on the weekend because I do this on the side. If someone tells you they're doing construction on the side and they're have a full-time other job, whatever it may be, that's not... Listen, it may be a family friend or whatever, but those are the relationships that usually go south quickly because it's a friend of a friend or someone or whatever. And he can do a good job. And he did a good job for my other buddy. But when it comes time to actually getting the job done and they're just a handyman, weekend warrior type, if they don't have the experience and they don't have a full contract with you, it always goes south. So get someone that's a professional. This is what they do full time.
Thank you. Ralph Gambali Gambale or Gamble?
Hey, Ralph.
Gambale. Isn't he the nice guy who we met at the Mangria tasting
He
last
is.
weekend?
Yeah, Ralph.
Oh, okay. Hi, Ralph.
Hey, Ralph.
Ralph put a question on Facebook. Did Skip have to take action on a client that wouldn't pay him?
Fortunately, no. I've been pretty lucky. I mean, like years ago, I don't know, like maybe like 10 years ago, somewhere in that range, maybe a little more. I think I had one problem with the client, and like they were, they tried to not pay me. But for the most part, everybody's been pretty good. You know
what?
I don't advertise. Everything I do is word of mouth. So most of my people, just like I come kind of qualified, because the people that told them about me, it's kind of like that referral service. I also know a little bit about them because they're friends of someone I did work for. So far, knock wood, I've been pretty fortunate with that.
Although I do remember that, and I don't use this word lightly.
What?
Remember that cunt?
Oh, there it is. Hold on, we're 13 minutes in.
Dad, it was one of Dad's clients, he referred her to you, and you did a lot of work in her condo.
Yeah.
And remember, and then there was this one extra thing that she wanted, and you guys agreed on a price and everything, and then you went and did it, and then when you went to get paid at the end, she like shorted you. It was like a couple $100.
It doesn't happen very often, though.
Fucking bitch.
It was like a small amount of money, and people always want to get extra stuff. And you know me, I usually throw in extra stuff because to me,
he threw in so much extra shit. I said, stop fucking going back there. She's taking advantage of you.
It's like good customer relations, but yes, you have to know when to cut it off. And like,
she was one of those people that they try to hold it over your head.
Keep you working in their house forever. Hey, listen, just before you go, can you take a look at this for me? So,
yeah, your guy farted near my wall, and now there's like a little poof mark. I need you to paint the whole fucking wall.
No, the whole house.
Fucking assholes. I swear to God, people take advantage of Skip's kindness. I want to fucking kill everybody. I swear. It makes me so pissed. He's so kind, and everybody people take advantage of your kindness. I hate people. Not you, though.
Well, not everyone.
Not you, listeners.
You don't hate everyone.
I don't hate the listeners. And then I got one question I'm just going to answer. This person, Bobby OEST, BOBBIEST on Twitter. I'm going to eat breakfast out this morning with my hubby. Won't be sitting on the same side of the booth. Well, you know what? My thoughts are on that, since you've asked, is that's a shame for you, because Skip and I still sit on the same side of the booth, and we won't even take a booth if it is not big enough for the two of us to sit on the same side. And when we go to a restaurant, we won't take a table unless it's possible for us to sit next to each other, at least on the same corner of it, because we're in love and we enjoy each other's company, and I want to be next to him all the time.
This is the part where everyone stops
listening. You know
listening.
what? If I can only, I know how I feel when we sit together like that. I feel like why would I want to be far across from you and like not be able to touch you or hear you? You know what I mean? Like, I want you next to me because I fucking love you. You're my husband. So if you're not feeling that way about your spouse, maybe you should be doing things to spice up the relationship.
Well, all right, so you just hit the actual truth of the matter, because if we're on the same side of the table, you can reach across under the table and kind of
no, not necessarily
touch me and
That's
no, I mean in a nice way. Like, we can like be making contact. If we're across the table, it's like you can't even.
But the point of the thing is that why aren't you sitting on the same side? Like, people like laugh at that, or they think that we're corny because we do that. But my point is that if you felt the love for your partner like we do, you would probably want to sit on the same side of the booth. And if not, maybe you're just not that type of person.
You gotta feel the love.
You gotta feel the love, people. That's all.
Feel it.
I don't care if people make fun of me. They're just jealous.
I love it. I like to feel the love.
They're just jealous of my love for my man. Okay, so now that we've been through a few listener questions, thank you very much for putting them. We are going to answer questions. We're going to choose them at random. Please go to our Facebook Hammer and Nails page and put questions. And if it's a lengthy one, go Facebook. If it's a short one, go to Twitter. And we screenshot them and read them. All right. So what did we do this past week?
This was like a really cool week because we did just a bunch of cool stuff. Starting out, Joe, with your brother's show, the Anthony Cumia Show.
Who?
The Anthony Cumia Show.
He's got a podcast.
Had us as guests on the show. Yep.
Being dastardly.
On AnthonyCumia.com is where you can see the podcast.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Really?
You had to
that
do
was
that.
fun. I had a good time that day.
Yeah.
I had a really good time.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
His show is great. He always talks about, all kinds of topics and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a little bit more daring than I am as far as hitting controversial topics.
He's a lot more out of his mind than you could ever hope to be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He'll pretty much put it right out there.
Yeah, there's
like,
some things I just don't want to say because I'm not looking to have people throw darts at me.
I don't think Anthony really cares about what anybody
No,
says.
but he's fucking funny. It was a great time. I enjoyed listening to his show live before he got to us in the second half.
And you guys will know him formerly from the Opie and Anthony show for years and years. They had one of the most successful radio shows out there.
Yeah, so Skip and
So now
Anthony were talking
he's doing
about
his own thing, right?
Yeah, he works from home. His commute is down his basement steps, and he does 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, 2-hour shows from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah,
At,
so
at the compound.
Live from the compound. He's also got a studio in the city now. He's broadcasting from New York
Right.
as well. So he's got some pretty interesting guests coming in. And before he was Opie and Anthony, he was a contractor. So he was
so
a
Skip and
HVAC guy.
Ant were talking
that
about
was-
that.
that
There were
was
some
cool that
really
we got
funny
that.
stories, actually. I enjoyed that because
Well, because we can we would talk about stuff that happens. He mentioned the cool word, like the camaraderie of what happens, like on the job site between all the different trades and the guy. It's true. There's it's like a whole other culture on a construction
Microcosm,
site.
as it were.
Right, well, yeah, right.
Microcosm.
It really is. It's
Yeah.
like it's another culture between like construction workers and guys that work in the trades, and when we all get together from different lines of work and we get together on the same job site, it's kind of interesting what happens. That would actually be a cool reality show. Like all the drama and the stories and
God.
the crap that goes on construction sites with multiple trade guys that come in.
Yeah, you guys had some funny stories that you both were sharing. I was actually enjoying just sitting there doing nothing and listening to it
Yeah, Anthony.
with nothing to contribute.
Anthony is definitely fun to talk. I could talk to him all day. So
Yeah.
we had a good
So what was
time.
the worst injury you ever had on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh.
Yeah, Skip lost his
I
leg and
never
then they
would've
sewed
thought
it back
of that.
on. I could not fucking believe they managed to
It
do
does a
that.
good
The
job,
whole thing.
right?
I know. Thing looks real. It's
I
awesome.
never have thought of that. It goes to show you how some people could just
Yeah.
carry a podcast. He's one of them.
Yeah, his questions just roll right off, man.
Yeah.
They were,
Yeah, but you had good answers though, because you could relate. You had an answer for everything.
well, I mean, I probably could have given him 20. That was just the first one that came to
See, you
mind.
guys, you got to understand though, like Skip is just a guy that we would have known on a job site.
He's just a guy that stole your trailer.
So right, exactly. No,
Oh my God! You know, we still haven't told that story how we met Joe.
yeah, we will. We'll get to that story.
Okay.
That's a good story.
But he's a regular guy that we would meet on a job site, so it's very natural for Anthony, for us to be able to talk to Skip in such detail about such intimate subjects.
It's funny though, right? Because like the average person who's never been in the trades or been on a construction site has no clue of like just what the whole environment and like really like that whole like alter culture that goes on between tradesmen.
Well, office workers talk about how they file things, I guess.
No, we talk about what we watched on TV the night before.
Oh, there you go.
At the water cooler talk,
Yeah.
I use my,
Scuttlebutt.
yeah.
Yeah.
How do you keep your file? You keep it in portrait or landscape mode?
No, we talk about what, or at least everybody else
Do
in
you
my
prefer
office.
pink or yellow Post-its?
They talk about the fucking shit they did with their other
We're talking
coworkers.
about ladders falling off of buildings.
Oh yeah, the stories
Narrowly
are
missing,
great,
crushing a
man.
skull.
So a lot of fun on Anthony's show. And
Yeah,
then
and we
just-
enjoyed his house. Oh my God, his house is ridiculous.
Oh, well, that's
Beautiful.
the compound, right? That is
Big,
the
beautiful
compound.
house. It was a big,
Famous
beautiful
compound.
pool.
And I have a little bit of. I'm sorry if I'm
Yeah.
going off. But if I'm going off at the mouth, Allison, tell me to shut the fuck
Okay,
up.
shut the fuck up.
No.
Okay.
We were hearing about the compound.
Real quick, something that is going to be going on as far as the compound goes.
Yeah.
And all of the hijinks that take place in that space.
Right.
Reality show. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. Zip,
You were starting to talk about that.
zip.
That's all I'm saying.
Don't give away any
I'm not
information.
giving anything away.
Nothing.
All right. So
Okay.
after Anthony's show,
Then we had a really cool thing. The next day was it the
No,
next?
like-
No, the next week. I have no fucking idea what day of the week it is.
next week, that was a couple days later.
couple
we're in
days
the
later,
city, right?
you did a really very fucking cool thing. You are on the National Fox and Friends with
Yeah.
Brian Kilmeade and Elizabeth Hasselbeck.
Yeah, so that's a cool show. And just like a week prior to that, I was on Brian Kilmeade's Fox Radio show,
Right.
As a guest talking about.
And you can listen to that online
Catch
still.
a Contractor. Yeah, you can go on to Fox Radio and check out the link for that. But then they were like, "Hey, man, why don't you come back next week and do the television show?" Which is a big deal because it's one of the biggest morning news shows in the country. I mean, it's a huge,
Yeah.
it's a big deal. So the fact they said come back and beyond that was just very cool. The interview was great too.
Yeah, they really like Skip over there. And what was really cool afterwards was that they were talking to him about potentially coming back to do a DIY segment.
Right.
So they're interested in that, which is really cool because Skip knows what the fuck he's talking about, and he's nobody better to do it.
I tell you, stop building everything up, man.
Oh, but it's true though. As soon as they got done, they were in Brian's ear telling him how fucking much they loved Skip because he was awesome and natural. And you can watch the clip. Actually, I put it on Facebook. I think you might have shared my link to see you on the show.
Yeah, you can go on to Fox and Friends, and
it's on their page. I just don't know how to find it on there.
For the interview,
but I put a link to
it was
there.
a Friday morning, right? For Catch a Contractor.
Yeah, it was Friday. Oh, God. And then, no sooner than you get done with your interview, they were outside. They have the Friday concert series. They had Alice Cooper performing outside.
Oh, my God. How freaking cool was that? I had no idea that Alice Cooper was going to be there. In fact, when we were walking up to the building, I see this whole outside setup, cameras and everything. And I'm thinking, okay, a lot of times they do segments out on the sidewalk and stuff. So maybe my morning segment for the construction is going to be on the sidewalk. And still didn't see any, any entertainers or anything. I just saw them setting up all the gear. And when I got inside and we asked, the people in the studio, producers and everyone, like, are we doing it outside today? They're like, oh, no, that's Alice Cooper. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean, it was like right
cool.
outside the side door. So we get outside and we are like literally at the stage, the side of the stage.
We're backstage.
Yeah, it's like back. Yeah, we're behind the stage, and then we move to the side of the stage so we can watch the concert right from literally at the side of the stage.
Yeah.
Nobody in front of us. And then, even better, was once they took a break, like, I guess there was a commercial, on the air, and Alice came off of the stage, at the back of the stage, came over, took a picture with us. But that, to me, wasn't even the coolest thing, that we got some very fucking cool pictures with him.
Yeah.
The coolest part that I thought was that he knew who we were.
Oh, he told the first thing he said to me was like, hey, man, what do you think about this door over here? Does it look like it was installed properly? And I'm like, you've been watching my show.
Yeah, that's a very fucking cool experience, is that when we meet somebody who we're a fan of and they know who we are, that blows my mind.
Yeah, well, that's been happening, because we get to meet a lot of famous people doing all this crazy TV stuff, and it's been cool because more and more of them are like, dude, I love your show.
Yeah.
So, before I even get to say, wow, I'm a fan of you, it's like, hey, man, we love your show. So,
yeah, and he did it like 3 times because we kept passing him back and forth because he kept going in and out of the building because of all the commercial breaks, and we were still lingering also.
By the way, he's a very cool guy.
Very nice.
It's like kind of weird because you look at him, he's got all the crazy like black makeup around his eyes and like, all the skulls and stuff.
Yeah.
And like his whole persona is kind of like this,
He's so friendly.
Crazy witchcraft, whatever thing going on. And it's like, he's like, I was playing golf this weekend with Donald Trump. And no, seriously.
My father golfed with Alice Cooper.
Yeah, he is a scratch golfer. I mean,
Absolutely.
the guy is an amazing, amazing golfer. And that morning they were interviewing him at some point, which we were watching back in the
on
green
Fox
room.
And Friends,
yeah, while we were in the green room waiting to do my segment. And he was saying that he had just played golf with Donald Trump. And because, of course, Trump is in the news all the time, they were asking him, what is he like? Did he talk about politics? And he's like, absolutely not. It's like, first of all, he said politicians don't talk about politics when they're playing golf. They talk about everything else, so they just whatever. And I was listening to him speak, and I'm like, wow, he's just a regular down-to-earth cool guy, man.
Yeah, very unaffected.
You would expect him to be sacrificing small animals.
Yeah, I was expecting,
blood on
chopping off the heads of chickens or some shit. Excuse me 1 second. Whack. I just got to chop off this chicken's head.
He's a very personable and nice guy.
He was very, very cool.
Yeah, just regular. Whoever it was the person from Spike was taking our picture for us, and she didn't know about that new shutter thing, like where you could take like a whole lot of pictures at once with the new iPhone 6.
Yeah.
So she kept like snap, because like one was not good or not good or whatever. So she took a long time. So I'm saying to Alice, I'm like, thank you for your patience, because it took like about a minute to take a bunch of picures.
Yeah.
And it felt like forever.
We're just standing there. He's got his arms around
smiling
us and stuff,
the whole time. Like, oh, come on, take the picture.
Yeah. No, but you know what? That's a cool like measure right there, because some people get impatient, and God knows what remember what happened. We took a picture with Arnold, and he was like, "Where's the camera? Where's the camera?" Yeah. He was ready to run the fuck out.
He wanted to get the fuck out of Dodge.
I could feel the tension in his hand, because he had it on my shoulder.
I was like in my mind getting like panic because oh my God, he's gonna take off. He's gonna leave now. He's gonna go.
Well, you should have been panicking because you were supposed to be taking the picture.
Well, I wanted to be in the picture.
Anyway, Alice Cooper did not get that vibe from at all. He was like happy to be standing there. Let's take as many pictures as you guys want. So what a cool guy, man.
Yeah, and he continued every time we passed him in the hallway, which was like another 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
He made some other mention of something else in the hallway about the building, like a joke, like I think you should check that out over there. It was very cool. It was really nice.
Always asking me to inspect something. Was it built properly?
I know, like this is fucking it still like blows my mind. The people that we're getting to meet. 'Cause, I mean, look where the fuck we were.
I know. It's so cool, right?
Yeah, and then we proceeded to do a little bit of touring down Fifth Avenue and all the stores that we couldn't buy anything in.
Also, yeah, so that's funny. So, like, we have a driver that took us to the event and everything. So we had to get there super early. We left at like 4 o'clock in the morning from Long Island to get into this thing to do this in the morning. And so he was waiting for us outside the Fox building. And I think we just decided to start. We walked out of there and just decided to start strolling down the block.
Because we were hungry too. We wanted to find something to eat.
Yeah, I hadn't eaten anything.
We don't know where there's something to eat, so we had to walk it.
So you, Miss Shopaholic, were on, getting to Fifth Avenue, and I'm like,
Well, we were on Fifth Avenue.
Yeah, here we go.
And then came every fucking store that you can imagine, with all those high-end, And then we get to Rolex, right? So Skip, who has a Rolex, is all into, oh, look, they have my Submariner in the window. See, it's so popular, and they still, blah, blah. So, yeah.
Mine is old, though. I hardly ever even wear it anymore. I used to wear it a lot. I hardly wear it, so it's like I wanted to see if they even still made that watch.
Yeah, so they do.
Yeah.
So then we go inside, and normally I've never, ever, ever, ever been into the Rolex watch. I've been wearing this Movado forever. I mean, like literally over 10 years I've been wearing the same watch. I think it's great.
It's very nice.
Thank you. But once I got into that store and I saw about 600 Rolexes and I had a selection to look at, then I started getting those palpitations.
Well, you are a shopaholic. You definitely, that's your vice. There's no question about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, since I've known
shop.
you, you don't drink, you don't do drugs, you don't there's no other, you don't gamble, all the other things that most other people find to be afflictions.
And I'm not even into expensive jewelry or anything like that.
No, but you do love to shop.
I love to shop.
You're definitely obsessive.
I'm a bargain shopper. That's the challenge part of it.
But you're also compulsive. You're very or impulsive, I should say. So if we're in a store,
no, compulsive is also accurate.
We don't need to go there because we went there because we needed something.
Right.
Like, let's just go in there and see if we can find something to buy.
Right.
Which is pretty much your
attitude. Right. It's almost like I feel like
I'm entirely the opposite, 180 degrees difference. Like, if I make $1, I'm trying to figure out how I can, save the $1. When you make $1, it's like, I need to spend this $1.
But let me see what I can get.
This $1 has no place in my pocket right now.
At the best bargain, though. Yeah, it has no place in my pocket.
It has no place being in my pocket or my bank account.
Yeah. I saw this amazing.
So it's an ongoing battle between the two of us. So our listeners will get to know that side of us because I feel
like I need to go in a store even just to look.
I'm very happy, just I don't need anything. I'm happy.
Oh, I buy you everything. You have everything you need.
Yeah, but there's a point when you just you're content, and it's like, okay, do I just need another one of these, or it's like I don't. So I'm at that point now to where I don't feel like I need. I'm happy just
because I stocked you up in everything.
All right, yeah.
Really, think about your underwear drawer, your sock drawer. It has nothing to do. The shirts hanging in your closet with tags.
We're talking about fucking Rolexes. What does that have to do with socks and underwear?
Yeah, but who tried it on? Smart ass. Who tried one on?
Listen.
Who tried 2 on?
Here's the difference. I can try on a watch or walk into a car dealership and walk out and leave with nothing. And that's what I always do because of course I like to try stuff on, but I don't have to buy it. You, on the other hand, try something on, and it's like, oh, I need this, and I need 3 of them because I need a couple for backup.
Different sizes if I put on weight or lose weight.
You'll buy it in multiple
different colors.
And I'm like, and I walk into a store with you, and I just sweat because I'm like,
that's the first thing I think when I find something I like is what other colors does it come in.
This is going to cost a lot of money.
Yeah,
that's what I think every time I go over it.
God, that Rolex.
Which, by the way, let's talk about that. All right, so we walked. I
just want to mention the Rolex that I like, just in case anybody happens to be a Rolex dealer. They want to give me one. It's got that. It was a black face, and it had the 6 at the bottom
with the
IV, and it was like a little diamondy, or I don't know, it was like silvery diamondy with the 6 IV at the bottom of it. Oh my God, it
Here's
was
the
so
funny
pretty.
thing though about you. You're not even like the fancy kind of chick at all. You're into you would wear
costume,
freaking cargo pants and flip flops every day of the week. I have to force you to put on a miniskirt and high heels.
He does.
Okay, so don't make it sound like you need to have Gucci bags and shit because that's not you. That's not you, right? You're
not me at all. No.
Yeah.
When I tell everybody what I said when you gave me the engagement ring.
It was kind of, oh my God. Joe, you got to hear the story. I stressed for weeks trying to figure out. I wanted to get an engagement ring when I asked her to marry her, and she had no idea this was even coming. Like it wasn't like we were talking about getting married. This was completely all me, right? So I wanted to do this as a surprise, and I went and I started picking out rings. And usually nowadays people go and they pick out rings together, right? I want to do shit old-fashioned way. So I'm designing.
Asked my dad for permission.
I did. And I designed. I went to this jewelry store, multiple stores, found different settings. Well, can you? No, I don't like that. I don't want that diamond. But can you use that with this setting? Blah 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 blah. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to diamond rings, right? So all this work goes into this thing. It's a beautiful ring. It's very intricate, a lot of work, a lot of diamonds on it.
It's got a lot of pave set diamonds on it because I said that I like pave set diamonds.
I paid attention. I listened because I noticed some of your jewelry, which, by the way, is not. You don't wear any blingy stuff. You wear like leather
blingy.
Bracelets and shit, like almost like earthy kind of like
Beads.
hippie chick kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I never have seen her wearing diamonds. I'm like, it's going to be weird to even. But what am I going to get you? A fucking like a bead engagement ring? I'm going to get you like a.
Yeah.
So all right. So I go to get this ring, and Joe, when I give it to her, I'm thinking, God, I hope she loves it, because I put a lot of time and work into this thing. And she looks at it, and of course she was surprised. Oh my God! And we're crying. And
but then
it was a beautiful moment.
The next day, and
then the next day she has it on, and she's looking at it. She's like, it's got a lot of diamonds in it. She's like, it's a little, I don't know. It's like kind of like too
fancy.
It's kind of too fancy.
And I'm about too many diamonds.
Yeah, what? Really? What fucking woman? Who complains about? No, she said it's too shiny. What? I just want to know what girl on the planet would ever say that. Only you.
Like, okay, I'll fix it, honey. Take it back. Get her a cubic
No. What did
zirconia.
I say? I actually told you. I said, listen, if you're not happy with it, we'll take it back, and you can pick out whatever you want. But I'm thinking like, fuck, that was a lot of work, man. So anyway, I just want to set the tone here because that is not you. Like you don't even know what the fuck a Rolex was when you met me, right? So we just happen to be walking down Fifth Avenue, and let's go in there and see what they have. But it was the
because
same.
you like Rolex, but I would have never walked in there.
Yeah, I went through a phase years ago, and it's like like I tell you never even see me wear it anymore. It's just something I'll pass it down to my son. It's like whatever. It was something that at the time it was nice to buy for myself because no one would ever spend that money on me, and I rewarded myself for working my balls off for years. I bought myself something nice. That being said, you in that store was like, you wouldn't even ever in a million years think about putting a watch on from that store, right? But now, because of your affliction or addiction or whatever you want to fucking call it, I'm thinking to myself, man, I just made a mistake walking you through the door of this place because you'll find something in there that you like. And
I did.
And everything in that
like
place.
3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, because that's your thing. You'll figure out something like you're in the store, like, oh, I need.
But I would wear. But the thing is, with me, if I was to have that watch, like I've worn this Movado. I mean, when I bought this Movado, it actually I didn't even buy it brand new. It was pre-owned. And it was in perfect condition, though, because I didn't pay full price, and I never will.
Right.
But if I was to get a watch like that Rolex, that I would wear that watch probably forever. Like,
of course. Well, that
would be the watch.
That is the
only.
reason why you buy something like that for yourself, because you will wear it forever. Because that's something. It's like you can wear that forever.
And which kind of makes it then it's almost cheap. It's practically like $10.
And here's where the rationale comes in, where you're going to try to figure out why.
I could have 10, 12, 15 different watches that are, $300-400, or I can get this one expensive watch and wear only that forever. And it's like it was almost free.
All right. So I just want to reiterate that neither one of us we're not.
No.
That's not a thing, right? Like
no.
I walk around in dirty jeans half the time, and work boots with fucking holes in my jeans and stuff.
Yeah, if you guys see us looking nice, like when we're out to events, those are the only nice things
I
we have.
don't want people listening to this thinking that like, oh, excuse me, we walk into Rolex.
I get comments sometimes on my hair, like, oh, look at your hair, it looks beautiful. I'm like, because when it's curly, I'm like, no, you don't understand. I'm like, that's my natural hair, and if you see me like with my straight hair, it's like that was a special occasion. And that's a rarity. I don't blow my hair out. That's not like for every day. It's like for us on every day is just very plain and
let's move on.
Low key.
I finally hurried you out of that store very quickly before it got very expensive, real quick. And then we're going down the street, and it was like you were like, oh. That's right. We're in the city, so we can go to Apple and we can pick up that computer that I wanted to get.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, how much is that going to cost? You're like, well, but we need it though. We do. We need it because the laptop that we have doesn't work that good, and now we're doing website stuff and all this stuff. So we have to get this computer. So I'm like, all right, while we're here, we'll go and let's go pick up the computer. So now the driver still thinks that we're in Fox somewhere, right? We've been walking down the street, going from store to store.
Yeah.
He's probably like, damn, they've been in there for like 4 hours. What the fuck are they doing? He's driven around the block 100 times because you can't double park, right? So, and of course, that is ticking away in the back of my mind because I'm thinking I should probably call this guy.
Me too.
So now we get into the Apple store to get this computer that we have to have, which you tell me, listen, this is great because now I'm going to have the whole weekend to figure out how to use it, and which, by the way, it is still in the box.
It's still in the box.
It's
Sunday morning.
Yeah, you've had the whole weekend and you haven't even taken it out of the box.
Because I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
So we got this beautiful, what is it? It's the MacBook Pro 15-inch.
Yeah, if you guys want to get an awesome computer, look into. I don't really know. I'll be the first one to tell you, I don't know shit about computers, but what I do know is that I thought we had a really good one, and it's super fast, and it's got like 2 terabyte, whatever the fuck that means, of space
storage,
on it, and now like you go to like pull something up on the internet and it takes 20 minutes.
So I wanted a computer that was going to be problem free with no viruses and that was going to work properly. So right now we're in the process of getting our website developed. This girl Amanda, or woman Amanda, she's doing it. And I asked her about what
she a
kind
girl
of
or a woman?
She's a woman.
Oh.
She's a woman. She's a mom.
Where's the line?
Amanda Robertson.
Where do you draw the line with that?
I don't know. She's a mom. Now she's a woman. So she's developing our website, which is why I wanted the computer, because I'm going to be uploading things to the website, and that's going to lead me to actually tell you a couple things. Our website is going to be very cool. It's going to have a skip page, like, it's going to be like at the top links. So there's going to be a skip page.
Oh, do tell. I don't know about this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because so at the top, there's going to be a tab for Skip, Allison, the podcast, and Catch a Contractor. So under Skip is going to be like everything Skip, as far as there's going to be your Skip tip stuff.
I would not know about this.
Skip, because I'm taking care of it. So there's Skip pictures, Skip
websites,
videos, Skip's tips.
Oh my God.
There's going to be everything like that, like red carpet, and then there's going to be stuff of me and my tips. Is going to be links to the things that, like, my obsessions. The things that I recommend. There's going to be links to those things.
Oh, that's going to be a big fucking link.
Right. Then the podcast.
Is that like a double link, like a stacked link?
Whatever. Then under the podcast, there's going to be a link to listen to the podcast. There's going to be the pictures of the things that we talk about. There's going to be links to the items that we talk about.
A lot of stuff.
There's going to be a summary. Yeah, it's like a regular podcast.
There's a lot of stuff on there.
Yeah, and then Catch a Contractor is going to have links to videos of, like, the previews and stuff like that, or links to how you get the episodes. So it's going to have all that. It's going to have fan feedback on it, because I want to include all the people that are listeners of the podcast and the people who talk to us on Facebook who watch the show. I'm going to have, like, screenshots of stuff that they wrote. So shut up! That got it, by the way, was like the hurry up, shut up, come on, let's go. Look, that was the got it. Well, look, I know. I'm talking about the fans, dude. Shut the fuck up for a second.
I'm not saying anything bad about the fans.
No, I know what you were doing. You were rushing me along. No. Stop it.
I'm not rushing.
I have a point.
Go.
I'm going to finish what I'm saying.
Okay, get to it.
That the people who are listening and are watching us on the show, we're going to include them in our website, because there's going to be a special section where we're going to put their nice feedback and things that they've said about us in the show or whatever. So we want to acknowledge them, and that's also going to be an important part of our website.
They can ask us questions there too, right?
Well, no, I don't think that's going to be on the website, because I really would prefer that they do it on the Facebook, and because it's too many different locations. It'll be hard to keep up with too many places to look at. I want to be able to acknowledge everybody without getting too confusing.
So once that gets to it's in its final stage of development,
it's going to be everything.
It's going to be up real
soon,
and then we'll tell everybody where they can.
It's going to be Skip and AllisonBedell.com.
Gotcha. All right.
And amongst some other things.
So that's what's going on this week. A lot of stuff happened this week. It was a good week.
And you know what? This week that you had with your fucking truck really made us say, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Oh, my God. Dude. All right.
Fucking fuck, what the fuck, motherfuckers.
What the fuck?
All right. Are we doing this now? Is this a what the fuck?
This is what the fuck, man.
Joe, is there such a thing as Murphy's Law, man? I mean, like, I
believe in anything that can go wrong will.
Right. Oh, like at the worst possible time. If something can, okay. So, I often wonder if Murphy's Law actually exists, right? Like, if something can go wrong, it will go wrong. Or is it like just some sort of like curse that someone put on me? Let me give you an example. Like, I was thinking about this the other day, and I'm like, what is it with it? Like, what the fuck is this? How many times have you gone to plug something into the wall, and the plug that you're holding it in your hand, you go to plug it in, and that there's a big side of the plug and a small side of the plug, right?
You always do the opposite.
Always. Do you ever plug it in the right way? You go to put it in, and it's never. I mean, I'm talking maybe one out.
And if you do it what you think is the right way, it happens to be that the outlet was installed upside down.
Yeah. Oh yeah. if you take the time to actually look at the plug and then look at the receptacle and like try to figure out which way it goes, then you're definitely fucked. Then it's 100% guaranteed. It's kind of like playing roulette and playing the outside of the roulette table, right? It's red or black, high, low, odd, even. You got a 50-50 shot that thing's going to go in the wall, and it never fucking does.
Yeah, you can always bet on that one.
All right, so here's another example of that. Every single time I reach into a toolbox, I need a regular screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, not a Phillips, but let's say I need a flathead. I have an entire, all I can find is Phillips head screwdriver. There is not, and I have 1,000 fucking screwdrivers, but I will not be able to find that one that time. I will have to go now, leave the job, go on my truck, walk around, get in the trailer to find, because every single screwdriver I put my hand on inevitably will be a flathead.
The world is trying to fuck you.
Will be the wrong one. So, no, but that's what I want to know. Is it Murphy? Is it a curse that someone has hexed upon me like some time like long ago, and it's like this has been going on forever, man. It's like I don't, all right. How about you reach into a drawer and you need a pencil, but all there is pens.
Don't fucking talk to me about pens, motherfucker. Look at this shit on our notes. You see this right here? I tried to write something. You know what that is?
Yes.
The first 5 fucking pens I pulled out of the drawer didn't write.
You go into the drawer, and there's now 20 pens because you needed a pencil. You can't find a pencil anywhere in the entire building.
No fucking way.
Anywhere in the office, in the house, wherever you are, you will not find a pencil. But there's plenty of pens, and then every single pen that you grab
doesn't fucking work.
Has no ink.
Motherfuckers.
What is that?
I don't know. I threw them all away.
All right, so now that we've established that this happens to everyone, hopefully I'm not the only one that this goes on with, because every time I ask myself, is someone playing a trick on me today? Like, what the hell is going on right now?
It wasn't even today. It was over how many days?
All right, so let me get into my what the fuck happened this week. This is all about my truck. For those of you who don't know me, I have this Dodge Ram 3500. It's one of these big monster dually pickup trucks with the double wheels in the back. It's the biggest truck they make. I'm in love with this thing. I've had it for, I don't know, like 10, 12 years now. I just can't get rid of it. It runs like the day I bought it.
It has like 670,000 miles on it.
Oh, no, it doesn't. No, but it's got about 150. I love this truck, man. It's like my Harley. I could buy a new one, but I love the one I have is like I fucking love it. It's like I don't know. It's a thing. Anyway, my truck. I use this. It's not like our only vehicle. We have the other car and stuff and the bike and everything. But I drive the truck a lot because I like it, and because I needed to pull my trailer that I use for work. I get this big crazy box trailer. This is the only truck that's going to pull this thing because it's heavy. Okay. So my truck now, because it's kind of been getting neglected the last year or so, because we're constantly filming the show, and I don't use it that often. I haven't really been keeping up. A couple of the tires on the truck needed to be replaced. It was obvious the treads were getting low, whatever. I went to go get it inspected, and they're like, well, I really don't want to give you the inspection until you get the tires replaced. And it was one of those things that kept saying, all right, I'll do it like next week because I'm busy today. I got to leave the truck with them. I can't use it now to pull my trailer to work. It's a fucking production, right? I got to get someone to pick me up, right? Shut up. How many times you go to drop your car off, right? It's not only just that you're going to bring your car to get it worked on. You need, really? Fuck. No, because now you need to arrange someone to pick you up. You need to get a fucking ride, right? And then you need to get a ride back. It's a whole thing, man. Especially with this truck. It's like you can't just replace a tire. You got to replace all fucking 6 tires. Which, by the way, obviously you go to a set of tires. Most cars have 4 tires. This truck has 6, and they're expensive as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so... what I'm noticing on the back, there's 4 tires in the back. The inside 2 are like, oh, they're perfect. They're in really good shape. And so I'm like, all right, I only need to replace 4 of the 6. It's going to save me some money. It's great, no problem. I go and start looking for tires for this truck, and now I need to find the same tires that I have on because I want to match the other 2 that are there. Well, this leads to a week-long research production project into multiple places to find these tires, which no one has anymore.
So then you went to Pep Boys.
I did, and I did that because my regular mechanic, who I
no, that's too much detail. You're putting everybody to sleep. With this story.
I love, but I couldn't get the tires fast enough. I needed these freaking tires, so I go there, and they tell me, no problem, man. I'll get them, I'll order them, and we'll have them. So I get the whole thing, the whole arrangement, someone to pick me up, the whole deal. We get over there. I go to drop the truck off, and here's the keys, dude. Oh, listen, man, I wanted to tell you, we could only find 2 of those. I don't have 4. But I can give you 2 of this type and 2 of another type. And I'm like, no, I want the tires to match. I don't want to fucking half-ass 2 of one, 2 of the other. Anyway, this goes on for 3 trips now, back and forth, that they keep thinking me, they have the tires. Really? You need to do that in my ear?
That was Joe.
Anyway, the long and the short of the whole thing is that...
Oh, God.
You know what? Fuck both of you guys, man, because I'm telling my fucking story.
Too much information.
Like I'm in the Twilight Zone.
Give me the important points of it. Good God, man.
So now,
put me to sleep.
All right then. I'm like, all right, dude, you know what? Fine. Just give me 6 of this other tire and change them all and forget that I have 2 that are good. Whatever. Just give me the fucking tires because I need the truck to go to work.
And how did you want them to put them on?
I wanted them to put them on very specifically. On one side of the tire, the lettering is white, and the other side is black. Most people may or may not be aware of that, but most tires, if you flip it around, there's white lettering on it. I didn't want that.
Also, with the person that you're telling this to, this is a person who's already acknowledged you as, he knows you on the show, right?
Yeah.
The guy, the mechanic who's going to put them on, he knows you from the show.
Yeah.
So you already stood out to them as somebody that they recognize, that they're going to be doing a service for you.
Or whatever.
That's important because they deal with many fucking customers.
Right, so
now let's just establish the fact that you are not just any customer.
So
they acknowledged your request.
They made a big deal out of it when I got there, and blah, blah, blah. So, okay. So now you think, if anything, they would pay a little more attention to detail.
Exactly my point.
Well, no. Not exactly. After I finally leave the truck there, and it's the 3rd time we've gone back there and I got a ride, finally I leave it to them. They go, we got the tires. I'm like, good. 6. Put them on, man. I'll pick the truck up tonight. We're closed at 9 o'clock.
So they call us and
they say, hey, all right, the truck is ready. It's like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, so we get down there, 9 o'clock Friday night, as if we have nothing fucking better to do.
Right, so we arranged the entire night around picking up my truck, which, by the way, I've been trying to get tires for a fucking week. We get there, and
Pep Boys.
And I look at the truck. It's up on the lift still. They don't even have the tires on the fucking thing yet.
In Port Jefferson.
They got like 2 of them on there, and I'm looking at them, and they've mounted all of the tires on the wheels with the lettering white out. And this takes hours to do this, by the way. And I'm so,
I know. So then they're like
fuming now.
To tell me the fucking excuse that this guy gives you.
All right, so he tells me, look, the tires are too wide. So if I put the lettering out, they're going to rub together in the back, the double tires in the back, and it's going to squeak and it's going to make you crazy. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? Seriously, dude? Okay, so now what's the excuse for the front tires have the white have the lettering out? They're all by themselves. Are they going to squeak too? And he's like, oh yeah. I'm like, tell you what, man. This now is the 4th trip.
And now it's like 9:15.
Yeah, this is the 4th trip now. I'm gonna leave the truck with you tonight, and I'm gonna come back tomorrow, and I'm gonna get the truck and make sure that it's right, please. And you know, see, this is the problem with me. Here's another what the fuck. What is wrong with me? Because I should have been like
losing your fucking mind,
yelling at this guy, right? But I didn't, because I knew he was trying hard, and I felt bad. Why did I feel bad?
Now, first of all, you failed to mention the fact that there was like 3 or 4 separate phone calls between them having, well, we've got 4 of this tire, but 2 of this one, and like first you said you only wanted 4, but then because you had 2 good tires, and they were like, well, we've got this many of this.
The reason why I didn't mention that because you're over there fucking snoring and saying,
because you were leaving out the important points and talking about everything that wasn't important.
I could make it longer story if you like.
But meanwhile, so the point is that no matter how many fucking requests that you made for something specific, they got in something different.
I don't understand, though.
What the fuck?
I just want tires on my truck. Why is it such a problem? Here's my credit card. Here's the truck.
Here's a good idea. Have a point.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Yes.
Thanks, man. Thanks a lot, though.
Yeah. So
you know what?
my whole thing with your fucking what the fuck incident is, if these people would just take a minute to write down specific customer requests, okay, first of all, they wouldn't have been overwhelmed by other people's information and forgotten what it was that you asked for.
Yeah.
They would have specifically remembered that you asked for a specific tire, a specific number of them, put it on a specific way. Instead, this took over a fucking week for you to get tires on your truck.
I know.
What the fuck, Pep Boys of Port Jeff?
How many times do I
Oh
need
my
to go
God.
back?
Really inconvenience us, like as if we don't have anything to do in our own time. We got to keep going back and forth there and deal with this phone and bullshit. You had no car for a fucking week.
Here is the problem with the whole thing that happened with this is that I actually now feel bad because I'm ragging on the kid, and I shouldn't, right? Because he didn't pay enough attention to detail.
No, he didn't. He's a nice person, but he didn't do an efficient job.
The kid tried really. He did try hard, and when I got there, he was like stressed out.
You know what? He didn't do his best. He should have done Adam's best.
Oh. Don't do your best, do my best.
Exactly.
I love that when fucking Ace Man says that. It's like, no, your best sucks, do my best.
Oh, God.
All right, well, there it is. It's like a combination of Murphy's Law and like what the fuck. Pay attention to detail and just don't make me.
What are you doing, Joe? I hear too much noise back there.
Okay, I wasn't sure you heard that.
Yes, I hear it a lot.
Well, it was in tribute to Skip's story here.
Oh, God, no. Turn it off, please. I don't even know what the fuck that is. I don't want to hear it. Oh, God, you're going to have people yelling at us. The fuck? That's my what the fuck. No, I had what the fuck with the fucking car wash that we went to for the Mustang. We went, and let me tell you, fucking Eager Beaver motherfuckers in Port Jeff. Eager Beaver in Port Jeff.
I go there all the time.
Son of a bitch. Let me tell you.
This is another lot of fucks, man.
It is, because I'm fucking pissed. You know what? Let me tell you something. This has happened once before when I had with fucking ShopRite, okay? I had 2 horrible experiences. Stop putting my voice down. No, I'm pissed. I'm going to yell. Fuck.
You say fuck every other word.
Shut up. When I'm pissed, I say fuck. ShopRite, right? 2 bad experiences on the line. It took like really, really long time. And then I say, I'm never going there again. And then like a year later, I'm like, all right, I'm going to give him another chance. And I go. And then I fucking regret it because some other shit happens. I say, I should have never went back. And then again, like shit keeps happening, right? Eager Beaver, same thing. Every time I go to that fucking car wash, there's something.
Wait. I gotta say though, how fucking funny is it that the name of the place is Eager Beaver?
I'm not even going to go into that right now. I know. Okay.
I mean, how eager is your beaver?
Oh, God. Joe, I'm going to take your phone and throw it across the room.
How eager is
I think I hear Carol calling you, Joe. Carol, is that you? Oh, my God. So.
I was trying to get.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
So then we go to the fucking car wash to get the car wash, and I said so many times, never again that fucking car wash, because something's always left dirty on my car, and I'm always annoyed when I leave because I just paid to get a service that wasn't provided properly.
It's like $25 now to wash your car, and like, evidently I'm not in touch with this because I always wash my truck doesn't fit through the car wash, so I have to wash it myself. So I didn't really even have any idea how much a fucking car wash cost because I always drive the truck, and I'm like, really, $25 to wash? Okay.
And we're trying to keep it nice, the car nice. So we go. I said to Skip, I hate Eager Beaver. You know, every time I go there, there's something that fucks up. They don't do a good job. But it's the only car wash I think in the area where we were, across the street from Pep Boys. Fucking Pep Boys.
So
now we go across the street.
I love the name as much as I can't stand the place. I love the fucking name.
So we go, pull into the back, give the instructions outside, vacuum inside, you know, everything. Great. So we go into the place, we're waiting, the thing goes through, we're out in the front watching all the kids now, because they all got kids out there wiping dry, squirting the Windex on the inside, and vacuuming.
This is where they pull the car out and they vacuum it, they do the windows. And so there's like, they got 10 cars out there.
Right, that they're all working on.
20 kids are all running around.
And there's a couple of kids that now are working on our car, and they're working hard. They're doing a good job. She's spraying, she's wiping the windows, everything. Everything looks great, right?
They're working hard, and until...
She's vacuuming. Wait, let me fucking say it's my what the fuck, motherfucker. So now she takes the fucking mat, the driver's side mat, and she takes it outside and she starts banging it. Boom, boom, with the end of the vacuum. And you see all the dust and everything. And the first thing I said to Skip was, I'm like, wow, that thing, look at that, all the shit coming out of that rug. And then we realize that the side with all the dust and the shit that she's banging is going to the car, the outside of the car that was just washed. All that dust and the shit that she's banging out of the mat is going onto the clean car.
So let me paint the picture. The door is open, the driver's side door. She's standing right between the door and the car, like in that, as if you're going to
open door,
as if you're going to get in the car. She's holding the mat close to the open door, banging it with the vacuum thing. All the dust is going back into the now cleaned interior and
onto the exterior
and all over the side of the car.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
So the guy standing next to us looked at me.
He's like, "Did you see that?"
He starts laughing. He's like, "Wow, dude, what the fuck was that?"
Yeah. So I say to Skip, I'm like, "You better get inside and tell that guy, tell the manager." So Skip was like, it looked like it was on the fence, but then he went inside because Skip's very nice, as everybody knows. If I went in there would be a problem. So Skip went inside.
Well, the guy should know. Listen, if your employees are doing something stupid, he wasn't out there watching these people. Obviously, they need to be retrained.
Yeah.
It's as simple as walking away from the car when you do what you're doing.
Right. So Skip goes inside and he talks to the guy. What the fuck happened, Skip?
Well, I told the guy, I go, listen, man, I'm not trying to get anybody trouble. I know they're working hard. I don't want to fire the kid or whatever, but I got to tell you what just happened. I explained to him what just happened. The car comes out, it's still kind of wet. They're doing the inside of my car, and then they bang the mat, and the dust is all.
And what's his reaction?
He's like, oh man, he's like, it's like, this stuff is going to make me crazy, and he just turns around and he walks away, and I'm like. Okay. No, hey, here's some money back, or how about you run it through the car wash
Here's
again?
A coupon for next time.
Or
nothing.
How about this? Walk outside and say, hey, fucking Stevie,
yeah.
what are you doing? Come on.
No. This was a girl, by the way. Yeah. So, meanwhile, the fucking guy does nothing. So now here I am again with another fucking experience from this eager beaver in Port Jefferson that did a shitty job because the guy... He could have easily solved that problem if he would have told her to redo it or don't do it again. We walked back to the car when they were done with it. I took my finger and ran it along a zigzag on the outside of the car. It made us you could see the dust.
It was like mud.
You could see the dust line with my finger.
It was like we just drove through the desert.
So now fucking Skip goes and he gets a rag and he goes to go wipe. I'm like, no, not you. I go, let them do it. He's like, no.
Beaver car wash, did they have a Toyota at the end that offered up a happy ending for your car?
Oh, man. It was not a happy
ending. Skip ended up wiping down the fucking car.
I'll make it up to you.
And we just paid $30 for the fucking car wash. Skip standing there with the rag wiping it down. I went right on Yelp. By the way, Yelp, everybody, please make a Yelp review for everything that you do in life because people like me need to read that shit and know what's good and what sucks.
Well, listen,
and then I'll share it with you.
That place has been there for years. Obviously, if they were so terrible, they'd be out of business.
People have low standards.
But here's the thing. When you see something like that, even if you're in a food store or whatever, you need to tell the owner or tell the manager so they know what's going on. This guy had no idea what was going on.
You know what? You know what the fucking problem was? Not the kid who doesn't know any better. It's that fucking guy inside the place there who's running it who doesn't do anything about it when you told him.
Yeah,
that's the deal breaker. I'm not fucking going back there anymore.
Well, you'll probably go back just because the name of the place is Eager Beaver. Because you just said it. You said it in the beginning of the conversation. You said the fucking place always messed up my car, but we went back again because I'm like, yeah, but it's the Eager Beaver.
I'm not. This is it. I'm not going back there anymore. You will wash the car now.
I don't know, what the fuck?
Now we're going to get it done right.
Fucking Eager Beaver, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
No more car wash. You are doing it. Fuck. There was a whole thing I wanted to touch on about that fan who spent the weekend with, maybe we can just take another maybe 5-10 minutes and talk about this.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, because this was a really cool. I'm gonna get my phone so I can read this shit. There was a really cool experience. Last year, Skip and I drove up to Monterey. We were in California, from Los Angeles up to Monterey, because Adam is in this race. It's a Toyota what?
It's Laguna Seca. It's a classic race that's been going on forever, and they race classic and vintage cars and all different types of cars. And Adam, of course, is a huge race enthusiast. He owns God knows how many dozens of race cars, And every year he goes up there, and it's a big deal. He looks forward to it all year long. So he invited us to come up there for the weekend and watch the races. So we had a great time. We rented a Harley and rode it up the PCH, the Pacific Coast Highways. It was about a 10-hour ride up there. We took our time, and it was awesome. We got up there and watched the races, and it was just, it was a great time.
So
he's there now, though. He's doing it again now this weekend.
Yeah, and he took his son, Sonny, with him, and it's like this really cool experience.
He takes the whole crew, the whole Corolla camp, right?
When we went there last year, we rented a bike, and we rode up the coast because we took the Pacific Coast Highway.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah, but talk about what the fucking scenic. But on the way up, it was miserably cold. It was like ridiculously cold. I had a GoPro on the top of my helmet because we were supposed to like film all this amazing shit. Dad just bought us a GoPro for our birthdays, and we were supposed to get some amazing scenery, and we froze our ass.
Well, here's what happens when you
up.
start out down where we were, down by like Venice Beach and Santa Monica, whatever, where we started out the ride on the PCH, which goes like the whole length of the state. As you start out on that road, it's down like at the level of the beach. You're riding along almost like a level with the beach, right?
Right.
And then as you go further north, the road starts climbing, and you get up into cliffs. And at some point, you're probably about 1,000 feet above the ocean, looking down over these rock cliffs. And that's as the further north we got, that's when it started to get foggy and cold. And we left early in the morning, and it went from like being nice down by the beach to like
freezing. It was a miserable experience. We didn't bring warm enough clothes. We weren't expecting that.
Well, the scenery was magnificent.
It was, but we were also in the middle because the clouds are really low and the fog and all that. It was just, it wasn't as
around
beautiful. It was dark.
I'm sorry, the Pacific Palisades.
Yes, yeah.
I've been up and down that road so many times.
Amazing.
And it's gorgeous.
And we never did that drive before. It was beautiful. So we get up there. We stayed at this place. It was like, it's ridiculously expensive. It's a big weekend.
That whole week in Monterey which Monterey, by the way, is a hugely expensive area to begin with.
Yeah.
Pebble Beach and all that stuff.
Do the voice. Everybody up there is like, what?
You need to speak with your teeth clenched together when you talk. No, we're going to Laguna Seca.
Oh, lovely. Lovely.
Yes, thirsty.
For the Rolex Invitational.
Oh my God! So we get up there.
Fucking Thurston Howell.
Yeah, we stayed at this fucking $500 per night. It was like a fucking shitty little hotel. It was ridiculous.
Well, that was like
expensive.
the cheapest place in town.
It was
right?
the cheapest place in town.
It was like a Motel 6 with like an 8x8 room with a fucking Murphy bed
crazy.
or some shit.
So we go to the fucking Murphy bed.
No, it didn't.
So we
really
go to we've never been to something like this together before. So we're walking around. We finally find the tent where Adam and his cars and his whole team are, and we're kind of like uncomfortable because we haven't seen him in this environment, right? We know he's busy.
Yeah, we're used to Adam on the show, and we know like this is his place, man. This is his favorite thing in life to do. So I didn't want to get in his way, and we kind of just like walked in. We were like in the pit area where his car. We were like had access to everything, but they're preparing the car to go out on the track and race. He's getting suited up in his gear and everything. So it was really exciting to be there, but it was kind of like, okay, we want to give him his space,
right?
Yeah.
So he at some point we didn't want to feel like we're annoying him, but he was very welcoming and it was cool, and he was
awesome,
talking to us. Yeah, it was. We had a really great fucking time. So at some point we wanted to see him race because that's why we're there. We wanted to see him race. So at some point, I don't remember if it was before or after he raced.
There's many different races going on.
There's all different
races. There's probably 100 races happening.
Different types of cars.
Because they have all heats going on, and each heat is like, this will be like the Trans Am group, and this is the classic whatever MG group.
We know nothing about this shit.
Right.
Skip knows more than me though.
No, that's nothing.
Yeah, okay. So then at some point, after we saw Adam and we were like talking to him about it, we're like, yeah, that was great, blah, blah, blah. We're talking. And he says to us, you guys, there's this race, what kind of race it was. He goes, go look at that race. Go check out that race. You got it. He goes, I would hate myself if I didn't tell you to go see this race. And we're like, okay. And we went our separate ways, and Skip and I were like, was he just trying to get rid of us?
but then you know what? I realized afterwards because that's Adam though. He is.
Well, we didn't know it at the time, but we totally felt like he is trying to get rid of us.
Yeah, no, but
and
you know
telling
what?
us to go away.
No, but he sincerely.
We asked Dr. Drew, and he told us.
Well, yeah, because when we were on Dr. Drew's show, he's like, so what's it like? What did you think? So
he's like, he asked us to tell him something about it with working with Adam, and I said that I think he was trying to get rid of us, and he was like, no, that's Adam. He truly wouldn't have forgiven himself himself because he wants to share his enjoyment for it with you.
Yeah, what do you think about, working with Adam?
But the rest of the day, we were like, what the fuck, man? Is he trying to get like, now we really feel funny.
But here's the cool thing about that, though, is that, we thought we were giving him a space, and we thought maybe he needed a space because he needed to get into his head, right? He's getting geared up, he's getting his suit on, his fire suit, he's getting in the car. There's a whole process to get prepped to go out on the track. Yeah. So that was right before he started doing that. That was like, hey, why don't you guys go check out that race? And I'm like, all right, this is our cue. Because, whenever we're around him, he's always very gracious. Whenever we go anywhere that he invites us to, he spends a lot of time with us. And there are other people there to see him. And I can tell, he feels like, he wants to spend time with us. But at the same time, I don't want him to think like, well, he to feel obligated, right? So I'm knowing this is his place. Let's give him some space. So I took that as a cue, like, hey, why don't you guys go check out this race that's going off, and I'll catch up with you a little later. I'm like, all right, this is like, I need to get in the car and get dressed now, so why don't you go watch the race? But then later on, he
was trying to share his thing with us. But when it came down to us, Skip and I really weren't interested in seeing that race. We just really wanted to see Adam race.
Yeah, we went there to hang out with him.
Yeah, we're not there to like really get into racing. We were there to see him and support him. Yeah. So what the reason I'm bringing that up right now is because this time of year right now, he's up there again, and we are on part of this group on Facebook called the Adam Carolla Podcast. It's a bunch of fans who have a private group, and they have been so kind as to allow us to be part of their group, and we've been interacting with them. There is this fan of Adam's his name is Louis Maya. He had tweeted to Adam, offered his help in the pit crew, and Adam said, yeah, like,
By the way, Adam Carolla gets probably thousands of tweets a day,
right?
So
and Adam was like, like remind me, like when it comes up, give me a tweet. So he did, and Adam's like, come meet us up there. This guy gets up there,
so
and
the guy actually went up to Monterey.
He went up to Monterey.
Because, listen, that could be like, yeah, sure, come on up, and that could just Adam be saying like, yeah, come on over, man, and like, not thinking the guy would ever show up.
Right, but he did. He came, and there's like a lot of people who actually stay in a tent because it is so expensive up there. If you don't have it going on like that,
everybody camps.
Yeah,
well,
they do
it's not
camping.
only that it's expensive; you can't get a room. Everything's sold out.
Everything's already sold out.
Sold out.
So this guy went up there. He stayed he camped out at night, but he went up there and he was like, he wrote I'm just going to read some of the things that he wrote. He said that he was the gopher guy. Louis, go for the wrenches, go for the tire temps, go for getting some more gas, doing what I can so the guys that help build the car can tinker with it and not worry about the little stuff. So meanwhile, they got this guy right in there with them, on the team, with Adam, working on everything.
He shows up at their pit area, and he's like, hey guys, I'm the guy you said to come to the race.
Like, and they let him help.
They were like, holy shit, he showed up.
Yeah, like, so he's there and he's helping them all. And as it turned out, Adam ended up having a transmission problem third lap, and that was it for his car for the weekend. But the guy says that I felt bad for Adam having that happen, and he said that he couldn't tell how Adam felt. He goes, he was like, oh well, kind of attitude, and cracked open a beer. He joked around about going off course and how he wanted the car to be spotless since there was rocks and dust everywhere inside and out of the car. And he said, Louis, looks like you got your work cut out for you, with a smile. And I said, thanks. So then people were getting really interested, because now this is a Adam fan group
posting it on the fan page. So one of this group of fans actually got to go and hang out with him at the race.
Yeah,
and he's writing back to everybody else, like,
telling them
this is what happened.
Right, and he didn't want to take too many pictures because he was saying he didn't want to be that guy, like the guy who's like the crazy fan, So he's being very cool about it. Right. So then he says. Oh, and he wrote something nice, everybody. I hope all of you get to experience at least one thing you'd like to do and have an opportunity, because this is a once-in-a-lifetime for this guy. He wrote, after track day, I get a text from Laxamana giving the okay to come to the mansion where they're staying at in Pebble Beach. My phone stayed in my pocket because, like before, I didn't feel comfortable taking pictures of everything and being the awkward guy. We talked about my job, BS'd about cars, and I just sat back and observed Adam and his element of rants and memorable stories that were never mentioned on the radio or podcast. Shit in a bucket and coworkers dropping bolts into it to make it smell. And then he said,
that's a classic Adam story, yeah.
He was curious about my car, and we had a one-on-one about it, talking about LARP, my 81 Toyota Corolla, and how I swapped out the automatic to a 5-speed and did the Weber carburetor. He was genuinely interested in it. And then he talked about how he was hanging out with Laxamana and watching him do his podcast, and then they were all drinking afterwards. And then he said, oh, God, and this one guy, because they were hanging out with Laxamana, this guy Toaster in the group.
Toaster's funny as fuck,
so this guy's talking about his experience hanging out with Laxamana and Adam, and then Toaster goes, but seriously, he says, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. You guys fuck or what? He's like, who? Me and Adam or me and Laxamana? He goes, Adam, not so much, but maybe Chris if I would have stayed longer and taken shots. But no, but he says that it was definitely one of the best experiences of my life. It's true when they say celebrities are regular people, because they are. They just made an opportunity for themselves to have a great amount of success and be in the spotlight. I got to hang with Adam as a dude. He wasn't the entertainer. He had questions, opinions, curiosity, advice, etc. like anyone else. He'd be funny in a shooting the shit kind of way, and not where it felt like he had to entertain because that's what pays the bills. Driving to the security guard of a gated community at Pebble Beach and seeing the questionable look on his face as a Mexican guy in an 81 Corolla driving to the address given was priceless.
Well, you got to remember when he goes up there, like they rent out like a $30 million mansion, to stay with the crew, because you can't get a room there.
And he had a picture of this mansion. It was unbelievable.
Sick. So here comes this fan who they've never met before. He shows up for the weekend. They got him wrenching on the car. They're drinking beers with him,
and
then they leave the racetrack and they head back to the mansion. They invite this kid back to the mansion with him, and he gets up to the gate in the busted down Corolla.
So then Toaster
no pun intended.
says,
Toyota Corolla, right?
So then Toaster says, so he's basically the same person we hear on his podcast, just turned down a bit. And then Lewis says, yeah, same person with the same humor, great storyteller. He loves Sonny, even though he says he's hard on him. He lets him be a kid, but showed interest when he was playing on the iPod and played catch with him. He's an awesome dad.
Yeah, he really is.
He is.
He's an amazing dad.
And I was just so fucking glad that he wrote all of this stuff, because everybody can listen to our experiences with him. I mean, like, really, I'm sure, like, most of our fan base started with Adam because they're watching the show because of him. Right. Or his podcast listeners came to see what we're like. So I wanted to mention it because I'm sure that a lot of people may be interested. But we have our experiences with Adam, and people probably think that we have a different level of relationship because we have to, because we work with him, Right. But that guy's experience was kind of like just like ours with Adam, because he is a regular fucking guy. He's not like some people like form these opinions based on his politics or his opinions. You know what I mean? But I just thought it was really cool that this guy had like the experience of a lifetime. I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, it's cool because he did get to see the regular dude that we get to see all the time. And he is like that. I mean, he is a guy that he'll tell you time and time again. He came from very modest, beginnings. He came from nothing. They were kind of poor growing up and everything. And he is totally like that with people. It doesn't matter the fact the guy showed up in a busted down Corolla and he was a Mexican dude, rolling up to this mansion place. They welcomed him in the same as like anybody else. And that's Adam, man.
Yeah.
That's all Adam.
Yeah, it doesn't matter like what you have. It mattered that the guy was driven. He wanted to learn something and he wanted to help. Right. And that's all that mattered. And I just think that's really cool. So congratulations to you, dude.
We need to get him on the phone at some point.
Yeah, I want to hear more details about that. Maybe next pod.
I would love to talk to him and have him tell us
more details about the little stuff. I want to hear the behind the scenes.
Well, they can also people can go on to the on Facebook page of Adam Carolla Podcast, and you'll look for Louis Meyer, right?
Yeah, if they want to be part of that group, they have to request, and then they have to, just click yes. It's a closed group. You have to be.
You have to get.
You have to request.
Selected.
You have to get approved. I mean, like they want everybody. I know.
It's a closed country club.
They're not like they're very funny. Actually, the people on there are like comedians. They're very fucking funny.
No, it's just cool.
And they're very supportive.
I read it a lot, and some of the stuff on there is really funny. And they've been awesome with us with our podcast.
I feel like part of the group.
They've been very welcoming for this. Our podcast, and also they've all become fans of Catch a Contractor.
Yeah.
So thanks. To
we really appreciate that because it's a lot of fun and they're funny, and I enjoy reading their stuff and talking with them.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody, again. So what that leads us to is to thank you all again for listening. We have Twitter and Facebook and Instagram pages, both of us. So if you guys can follow us there. But we would really love it if you would click like on the Hammer and Nails page, because what we'd eventually like to do is keep the Hammer and Nails stuff on the Hammer and Nails page, all the updates and pictures and stuff that relates to that, and keep our personal stuff or Catch a Contractor stuff on our Allison page or Skip page on Facebook. So if you guys can click like on Hammer and Nails page and also follow us, please follow us. I mean, just don't embarrass us. We got only 300 something likes on the Hammer and Nails Twitter page. That's embarrassing. So please go to Twitter and click follow.
You can do that. Yeah. Let's also plug Mr. Joseph Cumia over there. Go ahead, man. Do
your thing. What the hell am I plugging?
Well, he's got a podcast too.
Joseph Cumia Show, man. What else?
Yeah, Guilty by Association. We'll be back in production in the fall. just like a real TV show. A real TV show that sucks and has no viewers.
Well, listen, everybody's got to take a vacation, man.
That's right.
Okay.
Actually, I just got really busy over the summer with the bands.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah, and we got really busy on this podcast by talking about a lot of things. So we didn't give your tip, and I didn't give my my obsession.
Oh, you're going to get my tip. Don't worry. We're done with this.
As soon as we're done.
I'm going to give you my tip.
And then we'll
I'm
tell
going to give
you
you the rest
about
of it, too.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about that at the top of the next podcast. But in the meanwhile, thank you guys so much for listening. We love you. We love you. We love you.
Thanks for listening, guys. Catch you next time.
Bye-bye.
This is Corolla Digital.